From the 1980s through the 1990s, VCR repair was steady, reliable work found in towns everywhere. Then DVD players arrived and the entire industry collapsed within 5 years. The oscilloscopes and tape path alignment tools gathered dust in abandoned shops. But VCR repair wasn't just about mechanics. It was about saving irreplaceable family recordings from mechanical failure. Walking into a VCR repair shop was stepping into a world of technical precision. These small storefronts, often nestled between convenience stores and dry cleaners in strip malls across America, were immediately recognizable by their hand-lettered signs boldly stating VCR repair or video service. Inside, the atmosphere was distinctive. Workbenches cluttered with partially disassembled machines, their metal cases removed to reveal complex mechanisms of gears, belts, and circuit boards. Shelves lined the walls, meticulously organized with replacement parts, rubber belts in plastic bags, video heads in protective packaging, and capstan motors waiting to give new life to failing machines. The air carried that unmistakable scent, a mixture of electronic components, cleaning alcohol, and the faint metallic smell of worn tape heads. The diagnostic process was almost ritualistic. A customer would arrive, VCR in arms, describing symptoms with the concern usually reserved for sick pets. It eats tapes, the picture is fuzzy, or it won't rewind anymore. The technician, typically a person who had learned electronics in the military or trade school, would nod knowingly, taking notes before promising to investigate. Once alone with the patient, they'd open the case, examining the tape transport mechanism with the careful eye of a surgeon, often using a magnifying glass to inspect for wear on crucial components. Testing was conducted with specialized equipment that few outside the profession would recognize: oscilloscopes to check video signals, alignment tools for tape paths, and test tapes that contained specific patterns to diagnose tracking issues. Despite the technical complexity, most repairs involved surprisingly mundane solutions: cleaning video heads clogged with oxide deposits, replacing worn rubber belts that had stretched over time, or realigning mechanisms thrown off by years of use. What made these shops special wasn't just the technical work, it was the human element. Repair shops were typically run by 1 or 2 people who'd developed deep expertise through years of hands-on experience. Customers trusted these technicians with irreplaceable treasures: wedding videos, children's first steps, family vacations, recordings that couldn't be duplicated if lost. The turnaround time was typically 3 to 7 days, with repairs costing $40 to $80, a significant amount but far less than replacement. Over time, personal relationships formed around this shared mission of preserving family memories stored on magnetic tape. The economics of VCR repair made perfect sense in context of the era. A decent VCR in the 1980s cost between $200 to $400, equivalent to $600 to $1,200 in today's money. Premium models with stereo sound and multiple heads could reach an astonishing $800 to $1,000. For most families, this represented a significant household purchase, comparable to buying a computer today. When something so expensive broke down, repair was the obvious choice. The alternative of replacement simply wasn't financially feasible for most households. Supporting this repair ecosystem was an entire infrastructure. Parts suppliers specialized in VCR components, maintaining vast inventories of everything from drive belts to circuit boards. Technical manuals, often hundreds of pages thick, provided detailed schematics for hundreds of different models, allowing technicians to navigate the variations between brands and generations of machines. Trade publications kept repair shops updated on common failures and solutions, creating a knowledge network that spanned the country. There were even training courses specifically teaching the skills needed for video cassette recorder maintenance. The labor and pricing structure was straightforward. Skilled technicians could diagnose most problems within 30 minutes, categorizing issues into standard repairs with predictable costs. Basic cleaning and belt replacement jobs provided steady, predictable income, while more complex repairs involving electronic components commanded higher prices. The work required patience and precision, but didn't demand advanced engineering degrees, making it accessible to those with technical aptitude who'd learned through apprenticeship or technical courses. Everything changed when DVD technology arrived. The first DVD players hit the market in 1997, priced at $600 to $700, comparable to high-end VCRs. But unlike VCRs, which remained relatively stable in price over decades, DVD player prices plummeted rapidly. By 2001, basic DVD players sold for under $100 at discount stores, offering a revolutionary proposition: superior picture quality, no rewinding, and compact storage. Perhaps most importantly, DVDs didn't wear out from repeated playing like VHS tapes did, eliminating one of the most common reasons people visited repair shops. The collapse of the VCR repair industry followed a swift and merciless timeline. By 1999, VCR sales began declining as DVD adoption accelerated. In 2002, DVD player sales surpassed VCR sales for the first time, signaling a fundamental shift in consumer preference. By 2005, major electronics manufacturers simply stopped producing new VCR models, focusing their production lines entirely on digital formats. The final nail in the coffin came around 2008, when the last major retailers stopped selling VHS movies altogether, offering DVD-only inventory. The economic tipping point was brutally simple: when a new DVD player cost $50, paying $60 to repair an old VCR made absolutely no sense. Customers stopped bringing in machines for repair, choosing replacement with newer technology instead. This had a cascading effect. Parts suppliers discontinued VCR components as demand evaporated, making it increasingly difficult for repair shops to maintain inventory for the few machines still being brought in. The entire business model collapsed, not because the work wasn't valuable, but because the technology itself had been rendered obsolete. The final blow came from multiple directions simultaneously. Digital recording capabilities built into cable boxes and satellite receivers eliminated the need for separate recording devices. TiVo and other DVR systems offered far more convenient recording options without the limitations of tape-based media. Streaming services began their rise, offering instant access to movies without any physical media at all. The entire concept of mechanical tape transport, the core of what VCR repair technicians worked on, became obsolete technology practically overnight. What was lost went far beyond the closing of small businesses. The immediate change was practical. When your VCR stopped working, you simply unplugged it and threw it away. There was no more waiting a week for repairs, no more relationship with the repair technician who knew your machine's history. Broken machines went directly to landfills instead of getting fixed, contributing to growing electronic waste. The ritual of dropping off and picking up your repaired VCR simply ended, replaced by the simpler act of purchasing a disposable replacement. But the deeper loss was cultural. Specialized knowledge about mechanical precision and electronic troubleshooting disappeared as technicians retired or changed careers. The ability to rescue family recordings from failing machines vanished with the repair shops, leaving thousands of hours of irreplaceable home videos potentially inaccessible when the machines needed to play them died. A generation of technicians who understood analog video systems found their skills worthless in a digital marketplace that valued replacement over repair. What people remember today isn't the technical specifications or the cost savings, it's the emotional aspects. The relief of getting your VCR back with your family videos intact after fearing they might be lost forever. The technician who knew exactly what was wrong just by listening to the machine's sounds when you pressed play. The cluttered shop where someone cared enough to fix what seemed unfixable. The reassuring weight of a properly working VCR, solid and reliable, built to last for years in an era before planned obsolescence became standard practice. VCR repair didn't disappear because the work wasn't valuable or the technicians weren't skilled. It disappeared because digital technology made the entire format obsolete virtually overnight. When the machines themselves became worthless, repairing them became impossible to justify economically. This wasn't a story of gradual decline, it was technological replacement happening in real time, observable within a single decade. We lost more than repair shops. We lost the infrastructure for preserving analog memories, a problem that continues to challenge families with VHS archives today. The knowledge of how to maintain and fix complex mechanical systems became irrelevant in a world that increasingly preferred digital solutions. For the first time, an entire category of skilled repair work vanished not primarily from economic pressure, but from technological obsolescence. VCR repair shops were the last guardians of a technology that simply stopped mattering to the world that replaced it. Their disappearance marked not just the end of a business model, but the end of an approach to technology, one where things were meant to be fixed rather than discarded, where expertise was valued over convenience, and where the preservation of memories was worth the cost of maintaining the machines that held them.